Hello YouTube, this is NASCAR 48 WW2 Buff here with the INORL Duracell Cup Series. Here for Gatorade Duel number 2 at Daytona to see who will start on the outside pole for the 500. And there has been some confusion. See, these Gatorade Duels are like a giant pole day extravaganza. Whoever wins Gatorade Duel number 1 starts on the pole. Whoever wins Gatorade Duel number 2 starts on the outside pole. So say you finish third in this race. That doesn't mean you're going to start third. It means you'll start randomly. These two Gatorade Duels are to see who starts on the pole and the outside pole. There's been some confusion and I just want to tell everybody and fix that. But on the pole for this Gatorade Duel is Trek Togger, and on the outside pole is Dion Scott, your 5-time winner. And then you have David Rochester, Seth Cole, John Wilson, Dylan White, Dale Kay, Jake Baskinger, Tristan Trivet, and Bielem Schultz. That's your top 10 right there. And 21 cars are here today fighting for the outside pole position in the 500. And they got to be careful. They can't wreck, though, because if you wreck out, you will go to the rear for the 500. So it's not a wreckers or checkers day. It ain't one of those. But we're going to get ready to fire up the engines here for Gatorade Duel number 2. Who can win Gatorade Duel number 2?
Drivers, start your engines.
As these 21 cars fire up their engines, I will show you the new and approved starting lineup.
Every time we lie awake, after every...
And we are back for the start of Gatorade Duel number 2 here at Daytona to see who will start on the outside row, the outside front row. Will it be Trek Togger? Will it be Dion Scott? Will it be John Wilson, Dale Kay, or Jake Baskinger? Who will be your outside pole sitter? The pace car pulls in, and we are green for Gatorade Duel number 2 here at Daytona. Pretty dead even start right there, but the outside line might prevail. Will we see what we saw on Gatorade Duel number 1? Dead even, outside line barely prevailing, but almost dead even, but the outside line was showing where you want to be on the outside line. Dion Scott getting a good push from Seth Cole, but Trek Togger has David Rochester right there behind them. And it's double file off turn 2, no 3 wides yet it looks like. Yep, no 3 wides yet. And Dion Scott has his nose ahead of Trek Togger. Like I said, that outside line is the line you want to be in. Some way, somehow. Who will lead the first lap in Gatorade Duel number 2? Dion Scott or Trek Togger? It looks like Dion Scott might get it. And Dion Scott will lead lap number 1 in Gatorade Duel number 2. And whoa, Andreas Allen got pretty loose off the tri-oval right there. As it is double by double by double by double all the way throughout the field. Dion Scott getting a little loose throughout that corner. Can he pull out in front of Trek Togger? It looks like he might here. And here comes Dion Scott. He's going to pull out in front of Trek Togger. Will Seth Cole pull out also? No, Seth Cole will not. Will Seth Cole go for the lead now over Dion Scott, using that outside line advantage? Oh, Dion Scott looking up the block, but Seth Cole's there. Remember, like I said, that outside line is the line to be, but oh, Dion Scott gonna block Seth Cole and allow Trek Togger to come on the inside. Takes a while for these drivers to go 3 wide. As it's double by double by double, like I said before. Gotta be careful. And once we saw 3 wides, we then saw 4 wides, which caused that first wreck in Gatorade Duel number 1, which involved Jacob Lawler, Kyle Sosky, Jake Rogers, Aaron Williams, and Tyson Broad, and Charles Sanford. So you don't want to wreck. None of them went out of the race though, so they were lucky they did not have to go to the backup car, which ultimately would lead to the back of the field. They were lucky to get through that wreck without a lot of damage. Dion Scott just again with that outside line is holding up on that outside line with the help of Seth Cole. Chuck Tolger not holding up at all. And Dion Scott looks like he's going to pull out in front. And Dion Scott pulls out in front with the help. Seth Cole will pull out in front also. And Seth Cole looking under Dion Scott. Will he pull a move? Oh, he's going to follow him though, it looks like. And it looks like now, because the inside line has those two cars now, they're starting to pull ahead. And while they're going to switch to the outside, it looks like here comes Seth Cole on the outside. Dion Scott can't block him. Seth Cole will probably go for the lead here soon. But it looks like that may have not been the smartest move. And Chuck Tolger going to go back for the lead again over Dion Scott. As it is just 1-2, 1-2. So no one is gaining an edge, really, except for the outside line. Inside line having trouble keeping up. Oh, but it looks like Chuck Tolger got a good push right there. But Dion Scott has a run off that corner. And Chuck will be able to lead that lap as we're on lap 6 out of 20 here. Just that, man, just double wide racing throughout the field. It looks like we're seeing what we saw in Gatorade Duel number 1. Double file. The outside line still prevailing. Let's go on board with Dylan White here in number 27. Dion Scott pulled back out in front again. He's just pulling blocks after blocks after blocks over Chuck Tolger. And Chuck Tolger gonna try to go for the lead again. Oh, but Seth Cole's there. That might cause a 3 wide. Oh, whoa, that was close. Oh, a 3 wide for a second there. That could have been bad. But again, just no one gaining positions except for cars on the back. They're just switching around, all happy. But just no one's getting an edge. Well, we see 3 wides. In Gatorade Duel number 1, we saw a bunch of 3 wides, but in Duel number 2, we ain't seeing any. They cannot get an edge over each other. Let's take a rear shot with Dion Scott. Dion Scott's gonna come back down in front of Trek right there, it might be. And Seth Cole might make that move also. Seth Cole will block also. Will he finally make his move this time over Dion Scott? And will it upset the balance of 2 wides? Oh, he's gonna follow though. Oh, but again, just he goes to the outside, and that's not the greatest move to pull. And Dion Scott just flies away from the pack. Oh, and we're seeing some 3 wides back there. It's about time. Between Charles Jackson, Drew Austin, Chris Dollerton, and Jess Allen, and James McLeod. Looks like they're starting to get antsy here at Daytona. Oops, sorry. Chuck Tolger coming back on the inside of Dion Scott. Chuck wants that lead, but he just can't seem to get it. He comes close to grasping it, but can't get it. Oh, and whoa! James McLeod and Drew Austin into the wall of turn 4. And again, just it's a stalemate throughout the field. From the way it's looking, if this race were to end right now, it would either be Dion Scott or Chuck Tolger winning the race. So I guess starting on the front row to this race was a good idea. Some drivers want to stay in the back, but I guess that wasn't the greatest idea. They just got proved wrong, really, unless there's a wreck. But Dion Scott goes back out in front, and you see he leads when he does that. He'll pull away a little bit. Seth Cole trying to now work over Chuck Tolger. Well, it looks like Seth Cole's going to get on the outside of Dion Scott, but no. Oh, was there for a second. Oh, and he's going to try to block this time. Seth Cole's going to be right there. 3 wide for first. And Seth Cole's going to drop like a rock now. Stuck on the outside lane. This might allow drivers to start going 3 wide. Oh, and he gets a piece of the wall right there. Drivers going 3 wide now. That upset the balance of the field. And whoa, Chuck Tolger and Dion Scott. Oh, Jake Baskinger into the wall. And this really did upset the field. And now that allows Chuck Tolger just to run away with the lead. Right there with David Rochester, who's now on the inside of him. Now the field has to get back together after that. And Seth Cole running in second/third. It falls all the way back to last. That's not what he wanted to have happen. And it's going to take a very big long shot for him to get back up to first or second. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide for first. It looks like, no, 4 wide for second. This might cause a wreck. Dion Scott and David Rochester beating and banging. John Wilson using the middle line with Dion Scott. Tristan Trivick going to make it 3 wide with William Schultz and Jeffrey Buckeye. Now we're seeing some racing. Well, Charles Jackson going under the yellow line for a second. Oh, I think, whoa, James McLeod on the apron, and he gets loose. And whoa, that was close. The way these guys are racing now, it looks like a wreck's gonna come, but it was just like a switch flip. They're going double wide for the whole race, and just bam, 3 wides, 4 wides, all over the place. David Rochester working on the lead from Chuck Tolger right now. Dion Scott's pushing track. And well, we have a 3 wide for 5th. And the rest of this pack is actually going 3 wide. 3 wide's okay, just 4 wide is when it gets nuts. Oh, and whoa, John Wilson into the wall. Looks like 3 wide off turn 4 is not working for a lot of drivers. Again, the rest of this pack tries to catch up, and Jake Baskinger way off the pace. Something wrong with that car. It looks like he's trying to get back up in the draft. David Rochester still working on burst over Chuck Tolger. Looks like they're starting to get back to double file. After what they just raced through right there, I guess they learned their lesson maybe. And Chuck Tolger gets out in front of David Rochester. Same with Dion Scott maybe. Oh, Dion was close to getting there. Oh, Dion Scott might get shuffled out of line by Gene Sanford. Close to getting it, but not there. Oh, Charles Jackson into the wall. And he's going to drop like a rock. And Richard Johnson on the apron. Same with Dylan White. Oh, whoa! They're way loose. Oh, they're going to have to get back on the track somehow. Whoa, they were late. Whoa, we got a 4 wide up here. Almost a 4 wide. These drivers are just going nuts. Now, this is racing. It looks like David Rochester might get the lead over Chuck Tolger. Ford versus Chevy. And man, just this pack is all over the place. You got to be careful off turn 4 though. Some drivers tend to hit the wall. Oh, and they hit the wall. That's close. And they're probably going to head up on the apron. 16, Chris Dollerton on the apron. And whoa, Chris Dollerton loose. It looks like when you're on the apron coming out of the trioval, the car just gets yanked straight to the left. And Chuck Tolger pulled out to a pretty good lead over David Rochester, but this pack is just going to catch him and gobble him up like a turkey goes. Speaking of turkeys, today's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. Eat lots of turkey and pumpkin pie. Dylan Young right there behind Trek Togger, and whoa, that was close. Gene Sanford, David Rochester, and James Qualls all beating and banging. Right there, all going into turn 3. Oh, Dylan Young on the apron. Hit the wall. 4 wide. Oh, and Sean Henley gonna make it 4 wide on the apron. That might not be good. And whoa, Sean Henley loose. Man, how are these drivers holding it? And Sean Henley has to come back up the track, and whoa, that's close. This is outrageous. James Qualls right there behind Trek, as only a couple laps to go. Trek, remember, he is trying to avenge his good friend who was killed in chase race number 2 out of 5 at Indianapolis. What it would be if he could get the win. Oh, and we're gonna go 4 wide. That might not work. Oh, that's close. Jeffrey Buckeye and Charles Jackson on the apron now. And whoa! Jeffrey Buckeye through the grass. Whoa, he's gonna have to come back up the track. And whoa, Jeffrey Buckeye. Whoa, that was close. Field kept it going, but just whoa, Jeffrey Buckeye. That was close. Yep, and he keeps it going. But now Trek Togger, he's coming to get 2 to go. Only 2 more laps for Trek Togger to avenge his best friend. Oh, and James McLeod into the wall. Deion Scott joined the battle. Deion Scott, remember, he already has 5 INORL wins. He wants to make it 6 today. Man, his luck at Daytona. And his luck in the series all around for Deion Scott. Will William Schultz try to make it 3 wide? Looks like they went back to double file. Trek is coming to get the white flag. Trek Togger coming to get the white flag here at Daytona. Can he get the outside pole position? White flag is out here at Daytona for Gatorade Duel number 2. Who will win it? And Andreas Allen come out from on the outside. Check in, no wrecks. Yep, no wrecks. Trek Togger trying to hold up on the outside. Outside's where you want to be off turn 4. Deion Scott on the inside. Who will get the win? Trek Togger's gonna block Deion Scott. Trek Togger. 1 more turn to go until victory. There will be tears of joy in victory lane tonight for Trek Togger. He will win Gatorade Duel number 2, and what a race! There will be tears of joy for Trek Togger. He's screaming on the radio. And Trek Togger pulls out a win here at Daytona, and he will be your outside pole sitter. He just dominated this race and was able to pull off a win. Congratulations to Trek Togger. There will be emotions all over the place in victory lane. There will just be so many emotions in victory lane. In his 5th ever INORL start, he pulls off a win. Congratulations to Trek Togger. He pulls off a win here at Daytona. And he will start alongside of Olga Ogo, who got the pole in Gatorade Duel number 1, and congratulations to Trek Togger. I'll show you your finishing results. And we are back. Trek Togger first, Deion Scott second, Andreas Allen third, William Schultz fourth, Chris Dollerton fifth, David Rochester sixth, Dale K seventh, Gene Sanford eighth, Dylan White Dylan White 9th, Tristan Trivet 10th, Drew Austin 11th, Richard Johnson 12th, Dylan Young 13th, John Wilson 14th, Joseph Bryant 15th, James McLeod 16th, Seth Cole 17th, Sean Henley 18th, Charles Jackson 19th, Jake Baskinger 20th, and Jeffrey Buckeye 21st. What a race, and just, it's unbelievable. And congratulations to Olga Ogo and David, Chuck Tolger, as they will be your front row starters. And I will see you at Daytona for the Daytona 500. NASCAR 48 WWE2 Buff signing off.